He's back. Chris Father Gil Brown from youtube.com/That's Rank, a channel devoted to the weirdest, most wonderful food facts you're going to find anywhere on the internet. And here to have conversations with us daily, Chris, welcome back.
Thank you very much, John. Today I want to talk disappointment. Is there anything?
Now you sound like my wife.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Like a lot.
I figure some of your viewers are like, the food guy again. Anyway, is there anything worse on this planet, John, than being disappointed at mealtime?
Very few things. There are some, but very few.
There are, yeah. I know we've all got stories, especially when you're paying really good money for your meals. And if you leave the restaurant saying this is trash, like that sucks. Do you have any horror stories, John, without naming names?
Horror stories? Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had some bad meals that weren't up to snuff, whatever else. I've never had an experience where I leave there like, sick or anything like that. So,
okay.
No.
That's a positive. So, I'm actually going to name names today because
okay.
A San Francisco restaurant is going out of its way to feed you trash, and that place is known as Shuggies Trash Pie. So the owners of Shuggies are working to reduce food waste, having previously launched a very successful operation known as the Ugly Pickle, which is pickles that were made from misshapen produce. So, believe it or not, farmers pitch what we would deem to be imperfect produce because it was found that shoppers won't buy fruit and vegetables that don't look right.
Sure.
And it sounds insane given that we're flooded with, inflation problems and world hunger, but that's North America in a nutshell for you.
We're fussy.
We are very fussy. So Kayla Abe and David Murphy decided to do something about it. They take all the ugly and unwanted foods and make some magic within their restaurant. So if you've got bruised fruit, well, there's your smoothies right there. Leftover chicken parts like gizzards and hearts, well, they'll ground them up and season them and turn them into buffalo chicken pieces that they call their buffalo everythings because it's literally made from everything. And before you shudder,
hot dog.
Well, that's exactly where I was gonna go. I said we talked hot dogs yesterday, and that's literally what a hot dog is.
Okay,
It's leftover scraps.
Ground up spare parts of
Yeah, so they actually leave little blurbs on the menu to explain what everything is because they want consumers to both understand how they too can think creatively about using these food scraps in their own day-to-day lives when they head back home after eating at the restaurant. Personally, I know I need to do better in my day-to-day. I definitely produce far too much food waste in my home, but there are some small things the listeners can be doing in their own homes. Like save your bones from your meat, make stock. And if you don't feel like you have enough bones on hand, start a Ziploc baggie of them until you do and keep them in your freezer. In the meantime, do the same thing with your vegetable peels, carrot peels, potato scraps. Boil it with the bones and skim it out. Bone broth is super versatile and really useful. I use it all the time in all sorts of different things.
Would you mix like chicken bones, pork bones, beef bones?
You can make an animal stock, sure. I typically don't do that because I get more than enough bone because I cook huge pieces of meat, typically speaking. But if you're somebody who's eating for like one and just keep small amounts, there's absolutely nothing wrong with cooking like an animal stock. I wouldn't necessarily use it for gravy because it might be weird eating the whole barnyard in one go.
And that's how you end up on Chris's YouTube channel.
That is true. Other things you can do, give stuff away on buy nothing boards if you're coming up on expiration dates. I've got cans of stuff that's way too long and I do check on them sometimes. Be honest with yourself and find someone else who's going to use them if you know you're not going to get to it before the expiration date rolls around.
Yep, or donate.
Or donate. Of course, there's always the food banks that can take it as well.
100%.
Your wallet's going to appreciate the effort as well. When you become conscious about the waste, you spend a lot less because you're making it a point to use it up. And with gas prices soaring, grocery bills up, maybe people like Shuggies actually have the right idea when it comes down to it. So, Shuggies Garbage Pie.
It's certainly not where I thought that story was going. Like they're not feeding you actual garbage, like discarded food. It's just the stuff that nobody's picking up at the grocery store. And I think that makes great sense. And I would absolutely eat there. Amazing facts as always. Chris Father Gil Brown, thank you. And he is online at youtube.com/That's Rank.